Did you know that they've started a 5-issue prequel comic book series to the 1997 horror sci-fi movie Event Horizon? They have. It's called Event Horizon Dark Descent. Let me tell you about the first issue. We begin 10 months before the Event Horizon's first jump through space at the funeral of the wife of Dr. Weir, played by Sam Neill in the film, who it seems found her having killed herself at their home one day. At the funeral, a military general checks in on Dr. Weir to see if he needs time away from his military work, but Weir says that he'd rather get back to work finishing the gravity drive for the Event Horizon. It turns out that Dr. Weir has already begun having dreams about his dead, now eyeless Claire, who may just be a mouthpiece for a massive demon that seems to be waiting in the void of space, which some might call hell. We then get a title splash page and a setup that reads, "In 2040, the starship Event Horizon disappeared on its maiden voyage to Proxima Centauri. 7 years later, it reappeared, its crew all dead. This is the story of what happened." Now just 1 day away from the Event Horizon's jump point, we meet the ship's crew, beginning with Jen and Nia, who talk about Jen recently having lost her sister on Earth after an argument they had, so she feels guilty. Jen is actually Dr. Jennifer Kwan, a quantum physicist who loves her science, and she explains to the rest of the crew exactly how the quantum drive works, essentially folding space and time so they can instantly jump to a new point, much further in space. We meet Lieutenant Sarah Sang, who is apparently fleeing an abusive partner, Dr. Peter Adji, the ship's physician who nobody knows is suffering from terminal cancer, and Captain John Kilpack, who is a Christian whose heart is heavy with his late father's disappointment and who also happens to speak Latin. Then we meet Yusuf Quinn, the chief engineer who isn't the biggest fan of people compared to machines, as well as Delvin Connors, the ship's navigator that apparently carries a big secret. And finally, Nia Atwell, who is the communications officer and is the only one on the ship seemingly not running from anything. Now 4 hours to the jump point, Nia gets a communication that Devlin is wanted by the authorities back home. Unfortunately, he walks in, and after trying to explain himself, Nia still wants to report it to the captain. So Devlin stops her, but accidentally knocks her back, so she smacks her head hard enough to actually kill her. Now 1 hour to jump, we see the General and Dr. Weir at the control station in Earth's orbit, readying for the big moment. While there, Dr. Weir recalls how he actually saw his dead wife regularly since her funeral. In fact, she regularly helped him solve issues that he ran into while finishing the gravity drive, not realizing that there's a more sinister purpose behind her helping him finish it. Finally, the Event Horizon makes its inaugural jump. So that's it for the first issue of the Event Horizon prequel comic book series. Come back next month because I can assure you that I will be covering this issue by issue as it releases.